these blessings that I can't ignore. Putting up the numbers, we ain't keeping score. Amen, amen. I be on the block, my side. Run it in the house for it's 12 o'clock. Yeah, the hood love me, but you gotta watch. Amen, amen. I just three, I don't do sleep. Yeah, tryna see, UV. Yeah, we gon' fall through, coming through deep. Amen, amen. Yeah, packed it from the south, moved it to the west. Iced the logo on the cross, threw it on my neck. Yeah, when I rep the set, gotta stay blessed. Yeah, amen, amen. People tryna say I'm only enemy. Got a code with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Amen, amen. Man, what it meant to me, everybody tryna.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Oakland Raiders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Looking to throw on second down. McMahon gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there for the Bengals. And even 40 yards.
Well, it's easy to make a case that Alshon Jeffrey loves to run the post pattern. And the guy throwing the ball to him loves him running it. Right in his sight lines. Great catch radius. He can stick the ball up there, and he can go out and get it.
Off-play action. McMahon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Danico Autry. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Off the play fake. McMahon. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Eddie Vanderdoes. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll look to throw. Flipping left side, and he's got a man. It's Buchanan. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. The throw right side here. Complete. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering. Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice... Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. And a give this time to the tailback. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it. Going right side here, and that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long. Yeah, better against man than zone, or... Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Meeting the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across. And if I'm the head coach, Sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
To throw on second down. McMahon got his man. It's Eifert. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Over the middle, complete. That's Cole. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding him to no gain.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have the highlights of this first half, but he won't have touchdowns because we haven't had any to this point.
But there's still time, though, partner.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy. He came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion. Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Reeves. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And here we go on 1st and goal. Back to throw. McMahon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to throw on second down. McMahon. This will be caught just inside the 10. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And they're going to get it. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Zerline's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. A Raider first down, 17 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. And we've seemingly lost communication with Larry. Good news, though, both teams somehow already back on the field and ready for the third quarter. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. And it's the Chiefs that have grabbed the early lead over the Chargers. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Second down now after the pass completion.
Here we go. 38.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. 7 yards to go on second down. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Buchanan. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Going to throw right side here, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a third down and 2.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense, and what a big-time play there.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll run here with Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in the East Bay. Here's Sam Cook now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 16. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down. McMahon, a hit as he throws there, incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. Red zone opportunity. On 1st and 10. McMahon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Corey Coleman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the fourth.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had two previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. A gain of 6 there on first.
Let's go! Grand 38!
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Reeves. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Buchanan. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's brought down. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Reeves. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Buchanan. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
I'm starting to wonder here, are they trying to prevent winning? Because right now, they're laying back and they're picking them apart, moving the ball downfield, and they got to start bringing a little pressure towards the quarterback.
Let's go!
Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Cole. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
He's back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reeves. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Fresh set of downs here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Flex round. Flex round.
He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. The 40, 30, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So they were in field goal range, a chance to get this one to OT. Got a little greedy going for the win, cost him the game.
Not just a little greedy, now a little lost because of what ended up happening. Just what you stated there, they're in field goal range. Instead of getting conservative, they decided to press it, maybe try and win it right now. Instead, the whole thing backfired.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are the 4th now in Carson. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Cooper was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's great.